What's going on, everybody? My name is Nedia16, and welcome back to more Pokemon Colosseum. I definitely didn't have to look at the old file the last episode to see what we did. I totally remembered. In the last episode, we arrived here in Pyrite Town. We fought a few battles. We caught ourselves, or snagged ourselves, a Pyrite right here. And we came here to Pyrite Town and saw that this seems to be where the Shadow Pokemon Center is. They're giving out Shadow Pokemon to all kinds of different people, and we gotta find the source of them. And in this episode, we're gonna come right here to the Battle Square, even though it's a circle, and we're gonna be battling all these trainers and snagging all of their Pokemon. Let's see what they got, and let's get right to it. Starting with you. You want to battle me? Sure thing. Battling fans are always welcome. All right. So, getting the elephant out of the room. Yes, my mic is bad right now. It's because my other stand one that I've had for like 2 years, almost 3, is broken. It's dead, and I don't want to go so long without streaming or recording, so I'm having to use my headphone mic. Which is not like my headphone mic is bad or anything. It's just not as good quality as it's just not as good quality as the stand mic. Anyway, but besides that, let's go and get to the other elephant in the room. Quagsire is a Shadow Pokemon. Quagsire is probably one of the most popular Pokemon to use in Pokemon Colosseum, and that's because it's good. One of very few water types in this game, one of the only other ones besides Croconaw and a couple others. I should rephrase that, actually. One of the few good water types in this game. There are other good water types, but it's pretty much just Quagsire, Croconaw, and like 2 others, and that's basically it for good water types in Pokemon Colosseum. Quagsire is also fully evolved, meaning it has pretty high stats, all things considered, comparatively to Pyrite, who's also fully evolved and has high stats for this point in the game. However, unlike Pyrite, it is also it will be able to keep up with the rest of your party pretty well. It also comes with Surf, just like my Croconaw has, which is a very good move in this game. The big draw of Quagsire is that it's water ground type, meaning it only has one weakness, being grass. However, you want to be careful, not even be careful, but you want to take note that while Quagsire does have very good stats and has a very good type, it can also have a very good ability. You can give it Water Absorb, which means that if it gets hit by a water type attack, it will heal itself. However, it can also have the ability Damp, which prevents the use of Explosion and Self-Destruct, which I think there is 100% a Shadow Pokemon in this game that has Explosion on its moveset, but I think maybe one boss in this game has Explosion, so that's not something you have to worry about. Otherwise, just take note of that. But otherwise, yeah, it's very solid, has good stats all around, very bulky, good attacker. The only real downside of Quagsire is that it's very slow. However, its speed doesn't really matter that much because it can take hits very well, so going last on the field doesn't hurt it too much. And with Water Absorb, that's actually good because you could that could allow you to get hit by water type attacks, since it's going last most of the time. It's actually one of the most popular Pokemon to use in places Pokemon Colosseum. I believe Jaywitz and Chugga both used it, and that's basically the reason why I'm not going for it. It's just because everyone does, and I just want to be different. Speaking of being different, we have this Quagsire not getting snagged by this ball here. Come on and slam, he says. And Croconaw fainted. Yay. Alright. I didn't mean to send out Makuhita. I meant to send out Furret, but you know what, Makuhita, you can come out anyways. Makuhita, you can get your time in the spotlights. Sure, you can use Focus Energy. I'm almost out of Pokeballs. I might have to go buy more. Snag Ball. Which I don't even think you can buy any in this town. I think you have to go back to Outskirts Stand. Okay, fine. Okay, I don't know, I don't remember, I didn't go back and watch every single file that I have of 4 episodes that I've recorded previously, so I don't remember if I've talked about this, but I can't even do it now, can I? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure, I probably would have talked about it at this point, but in case I haven't, there is a glitch you can do, which basically gives you infinite Pokeballs, and it's that you have your one Pokemon use the Pokeball, and then with your other Pokemon, you go into the menu and you swap it with another item. That's basically how it works. But there we go. We caught Quagsire. Dive away. Woo! He cried for 2 seconds. And then he was done. You're way tough. We've got to battle again. If you were to battle... Oh my gosh. I keep trying to move the right stick on my GameCube controller because I'm used to playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Holy crap. If you were to go ahead and battle these guys again, they do have... You can battle them again. You can battle them as many times as you want to. However, they don't have Shadow Pokemon in the second battle. They will have replacement Pokemon. They will have replacement Pokemon in place of the Shadow Pokemon. So just be wary of that. I'm back. With balls! I went ahead back to Outskirts Stand and I bought a whole bunch more balls. I bought 20 Pokeballs and some Great Balls. And you even get a Premier Ball every time you buy 10 of any Pokemon at one time. 10 or more Pokeballs at one time, you get a Premier Ball. Premier Balls don't do anything. They are just the same strength as regular Pokeballs, but they look pretty cool. Anyway, Croconaw, I believe, now has their heart gauge completely lowered. Yes, their heart gauge is completely gone. The seal to his heart is almost open. Time to undo the final lock. Very good. Alright, so we don't need to use him anymore. Now, we can bring out Furret. Now, I mentioned Furret can have an ability. To be honest with you, if this Furret has Runaway, I don't think I'm going to use it. I have a backup plan because I have another Pokemon in mind that I'm going to use instead. Because I just don't want to go back and catch another one. And I used a Furret with Runaway. And it's Keen Eye is not that much better, but it's just insult to injury. Okay. Give me a second. No, I'm a man of my word. I'm not going to use this Furret. I have a backup plan of a Pokemon I was going to use instead because of this Furret, and because this Furret has run away, I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm not going to use him. I'm still going to put him in the front though because I want to lower his heart gauge a little bit. Yeah, right. I don't know why I said right like to myself. That's kind of weird, but I still want to lower his heart gauge, so I'm going to put him out front and use him for a minute, but I'm not going to use him on my team, so that made me in the last episode a liar, and I apologize. Like I said, I have a backup plan of another Pokemon to use instead in Furret's place, so sorry Furret, but I used you in my last playthrough, and I want to be different this time. And besides, I like the Pokemon I'm going to use instead. I think it'll be cool to use. What's not cool to use is Skiploom. I'm going to make this brief. Skiploom is not very good. It's grass flying, which sounds like a cool type in concept, but it's so slow and has so many weaknesses that it just is not worth it. One thing I will say, to be 100% honest with you, I don't remember what this thing comes with. I think this thing starts with Sleep Powder, which, if you're looking for something to like help you snag Shadow Pokemon, kind of a spoiler, but we're going to see it anyways. The lady right next to this lady has a Pokemon that is better than this. Skiploom will evolve one more time into Jumpluff, which is just basically Skiploom with slightly better stats. But again, it's just so slow and has so many weaknesses, and the rest of its stats just aren't good enough to warrant me saying that it's worth it to go for. There are both better grass types and better flying types, and heck, it's late game, but there's arguably a better grass flying type in this game. So, unless your J-Wits and Hoppip is like your iconography and you just really want to use it, I would say pass on Skip Bloom, but I guess if you really want to, I can't stop you. Speaking of sleep powder, there it is right there. I was going to go and put for it to sleep there. I don't know if I've gone over sleep. Sleep basically makes you completely immobile for anywhere from 2 to 5 turns. You can't do anything unless you have the move called Sleep Talk, which allows you to use moves in your sleep. In this game, you can use the call command to wake up a Pokemon that's asleep, which means the awakening item is completely useless, because you have a free awakening on your menu at all times. There's also abilities that prevent sleep, insomnia, and I think it used to be called insomnia, but I think it's called Vital Spirit now. They both prevent sleep, so there's that. There's also a move called Uproar, which is a move that takes 3 to 5 turns, and it prevents Pokemon on the field from sleeping when it's used, so that's pretty interesting. You don't see Uproar used very often. Speaking of things you don't see very often, you don't see Furret attacking very often because the Skip Bloom wants to sit here and keep putting it to sleep. One, two. Did it though? Did it look like it was securely snagged? 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. This is a bad omen for the rest of this Let's Play. First Crocodile going Hyper Mode every other turn, and now this. Oh boy. Oh, come on! Luckily, if you leave the area and come back, her Skip Bloom has indeed respawned, so we have another chance. This game will not always be this generous. This might be the only time this game is this generous. Most of the time later in this game, if you fail to snag a Shadow Pokemon, that's it. You don't get another chance, so just be ready for that. It's because it didn't count out loud. I buckled down and used a Great Ball. I'm getting sick of this. I don't know why this Skip Bloom is so hard to catch. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Skip Bloom, you are not worth me going through all that extra time because I accidentally KO'd you. Directly next to you in this, your kind of off-color twin with a very stylish purple hat. Oh, do you feel me sticking around for a demonstration of my Pokemon moves? Good, good, I like your attitude. Peel your eyes on these. Saint Performer, Street Performer, DL Go. Send out Flaffy and Shroomish. Want to take a guess at who the Shadow Pokemon is? You want to take a guess? Who could it be? It's Flaffy! Flaffy breaks the mold of typical electric types. Whereas most electric types are very fast, Flaffy is actually very slow and actually pretty defensive. It can take hits pretty well. Flaffy is the Pokemon I was referring to when I said that the lady right next to the Skip Bloom had a Pokemon that would help catch Shadow Pokemon if you're struggling, because Flaffy comes with Thunder Wave, which is a move that paralyzes Pokemon. It's very good for helping you snag Shadow Pokemon if you're struggling with that. Flaffy will also evolve one more time. It'll evolve into Ampharos, which basically, again, just Flaffy with better stats. It is one of few Pokemon that can learn the moves Cotton Guard, which raises... Yes. Drastically raises defense, which means raises this Pokemon's defense by 3 stages. It's a very solid move, and like I said, it's one of only a few Pokemon that can even learn it. Yeah, all things considered, it's pretty good. There's nothing much else to say. I'm not going to be going for it here, but if you want to, by all means, it's sitting right here. Fairly easy. It's a fairly easy snag. Yeah, not really much else to say. It's very good. Interesting thing to know, Flaffy's ability Static makes it to where Pokemon that inflict physical contact might get paralyzed, so that might be something you're interested in, if you're interested in that. That was a good sentence, me. Nice job. Oh, I don't know if I can. You can probably hear my new clicky controller. I just got this controller. I got it new on literally on Christmas Day. This controller is only like 5 days old, and I've already broken it in because I've been playing Smash with it. Ultimate and Melee, so. Oh, I probably can't catch it here, but let's just go for it anyways. Yeah, we'll go for the Reflect. Alright, here we go. Let's give me some of that. 1. This is the reason why I bought all these great balls. I knew I was going to need them because I figured my luck was not going to come in handy. I wish this game was as easy to snag Pokemon in as it is to catch Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on! I will keep going back and forth until one of them snags. 3rd time's a charm. Here we go. 1. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. This is not a good omen for the rest of this Let's Play if I can't even snag simple early level Shadow Pokemon. I don't even want to think about what's going to happen in the future. Right next to the lady with the pink outfit is the person with the not as exciting outfit. Dual Square, where even crying kids know they better shut up. This is where Roughnecks gathers. How about it? Would you like to battle with me? Are you the person that's causing the kids to cry? Because I think you need to... You know what he said when I asked him that question? Nover. Okay. Noctowl and Ladybug. If the Shadow Pokemon is Ladybug, I'm canceling this Let's Play. Alright, Let's Plays a go. The Shadow Pokemon is Noctowl. In the same square where that Skiploom was that I said wasn't very good, you have an actually decent flying type. Noctowl is a normal flying type. It's very basic, however, normal flying types are pretty good, all things considered. They're very average and very well-rounded. Noctowl in particular learns a pretty interesting variety of moves. It comes with Hypnosis, if I remember correctly, which again helps to stack Shadow Pokemon. I believe you can learn... It either comes with or can learn Steel Wing, which is a pretty interesting Steel-type move. Yeah, its stats aren't remarkable by any stretch of imagination, but they're not bad either. It's decently bulky, has some decent speed. You could do a whole lot worse than Noctowl. I personally think that there's more interesting flying types you can go for than a pretty generic normal flying type, but you know, if you really like Noctowl, you like what it offers in its moveset, and what you see here is what you get pretty much, then yeah, definitely worth going for. Like I said, it's better than the Skiploom you can find here in the same square. Starting with Fly is a pretty good early... Oh, let's use a Terminal Swing Ball. Starting with Fly is a pretty good early flying type. Oh my gosh, that Shadow Rush almost one-shot that poor Wingull. And he's going to use Fly. I like that animation right there, where the startup animation of the attack just has the Pokemon just standing in midair. It looks really funny. Does it look as funny as... this is a stupid Great Ball. Does it look as funny as when you catch a flying Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet and the Pokeball just floats in the air? Who would win in a fight? Floating Pokeball or a floating Noctowl? Well, if this knockdown will get snagged, I guess I'll know the answer. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. You're saying I lost? I'm not saying, I'm showing you that you lost. You lost. I mean, there's nothing more to say than that. Pokemon goes into hyper mode, its attack become more likely to be critical hits. What a surprise. I already went over this. Multiple times, in fact. Yeah, you're looking to battle with me? That's too funny. Come up as if your life depended on it. Yeah, right across from the guy with the knockdown. We have Ryder Vant. Vant's actually a cool name, I cannot judge. Are you the other guy's twin? Because you look very similar. Misdreavus and Zigzagoon. Pretty much the polar opposites of Pokemon, if you ask me. Speaking of polar opposites, that has nothing to do with the transition, Misdreavus is the next Pokemon I would like to add to my team. Let's get it out of the way right now. Misdreavus is the only Ghost-type Pokemon in the entire of Pokemon Colosseum. The AI was not programmed well enough. The AI was not programmed well and does not know how to deal with the Ghost-type. Anybody who has watched Checker Conroy knows exactly the kinds of things you're going to get into when you use Misdreavus in this game. That is pretty much the sole reason why I am picking up Misdreavus. But also... Oh my god! Well, there goes Espeon. That's pretty much the sole reason why I'm picking up Misdreavus. It's because I want to see what kind of shenanigans we can get into with them on our team. Misdreavus is also holding the Spell Tag, which is an item that raises Ghost-type moves. Raises the power Ghost-type moves, I should say. And there's no other Pokemon that can even use it. I don't even know why. I don't even know why she has it. They have it in the first place because no other Pokemon can use it. But you might as well grab it because that item's going to go to waste otherwise. Now you might be looking at it and thinking, Aiden, Nedia, their stats are not that good. Why do you want it? And exactly, Misdreavus' stats aren't that good. This is pre-Generation 4 with Miss Magius, who's a boss, by the way. I love Miss Magius. But their stats get the job done. I mean, special attack being higher than physical attack is kind of rough, considering the fact that Ghost is a physical type, but honestly, if you raise it well and get his stats up high enough, it will be doing some damage. And I mean, coming with Shadow Ball and Confuse Ray right off the bat is pretty solid for any starter Ghost-type Pokemon. And honestly, you could do a whole lot worse than Misdreavus. Like, again, being the only Ghost-type in this game, I think is a benefit, but like, of all the Pokemon that you're going to snag in Colosseum, Misdreavus is not the worst thing out there. I mean, you could be snagging, like, Unknown or something. I hope I don't have to justify myself any further. I hope to prove why I'm going with Misdreavus. If anybody who didn't watch Trigger Conroy is watching this and wants to prove, and needs further proof of why Misdreavus is good in this game, that's what I'm hoping to prove. Also, we are in a horrendous situation. Furra is infatuated, and Croconaw is confused, and Espeon is knocked out, so... we are seeing Infatuation. This is a pretty rare stat. Rare status that you don't see. Infatuation only happens to Pokemon of the opposite gender. So the Skitty is female, or Croconaw or Furra is male. Maybe it's vice versa. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked. Okay, no, I'm right. This kitty has cute charm as its ability, which is basically the ability static like I was talking about, but with infatuation, and it basically makes it a coin flip to where you can't attack because you might be in love, and it can be broken by switching out. I hope you're already seeing the absolute chaos Misdreavus can get into, because this Misdreavus is like sweeping my team right now. Like, this Misdreavus has knocked out 3 of my Pokemon, mind you. No, Makuhita's not gonna knock it out. Famous last words, right? Alright, let's bite the Skitty. I don't know how Skitty's anatomy lets it bounce all across the floor like that. It looks really weird, but I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna go to level 28, which is good, even though I'm not gonna be using Umbreon very much anymore. Good, good, good. Good, Makuhita. Good, Makuhita. Let's try the Premier Ball. We have it. We gotta use it. Let's see if it does. Let's see if it works. And Umbreon, you can use Taunt this turn. One, two, three. Nice! Caught it in the Premier Ball. Get them in the Premier Ball to get some use. There we go. Misdreavus was caught. Oh my god, I forgot to mention. Another really good thing about Misdreavus is that it has Levitate, meaning you can teach your Pokemon Earthquake, and it won't affect it. That's pretty much, that and being a Ghost type is basically, the only reason why I'm even snagging it. Rollerboy Lawn, where's your ranch? Lawn, never mind. I don't have to explain the joke. Slugma and Azumarill. Slugma nuts. There, I said it. Are you happy? Can I be honest with you? I told myself I was going to record this game tonight because I have not recorded in a while and I want to try to get a backlog of a bunch of different videos before I go back to school so I can have stuff to upload. But I was like, oh, I'll only record like 1 or 2 videos because my mic is broken and I'll record, and it's also kind of late because I just streamed earlier and played some other games. So I'll just record like 1 or 2 videos. It's only going to be 1 because I'm almost at 40 minutes already in this video. Oh my god, that almost killed me. I hope you're seeing how strong Pyrite can be if you actually decide to use him. Yeah, I'm almost 40 minutes into this recording, and I'm only like close to being done. We still got like, after this trainer, we still have like 2 more. Anyway, Slugma, other than having a funny name to tell people, is a Shadow Pokemon here. Slugma, I kid you not, is one of 3 fire types in this game. You have him, the starter Quilava, and spoilers, a legendary. Those are the only 3 fire types in the entirety of Pokemon Colosseum. And it sucks because Slugma is probably one of the worst fire types that ever got introduced in Pokemon. It's so slow. Fire types are not good for being slow because water, especially in Gens 2 and 3 that this game is based in, had a lot of good water types in it and also some decent ground types, and those are and those are 2 of its big weaknesses. When it evolves into Magcargo, which is a great name by the way, when it evolves into Magcargo, it gains a rock subtype, meaning it now has a quad weakness to water. And again, this game is full of good water types as opponents, and it's just so slow, and the rest of its stats aren't that good. Its ability, it got use here, but again, it's still very situational, and you're not going to be breeding in this game, which is what Flame Body is mostly used for, is that it speeds up the process of hatching Pokemon eggs. You're not going to be breeding in this game. It comes with Flamethrower, I guess. If that's interesting to you, then, I don't know, go off, I guess. But I'm going to say skip it, because Fire types are not that important in this game, because you can find Pokemon to cover Fire types' weaknesses. For example, if you would normally have a Fire type to cover Grass type, you can find flying types in this game that will cover your grass types. You don't have to worry about that. So just know that if you want it, I can't stop you, but I'm going to recommend against it. And I'm going to recommend just against fire types in general in this game, unless you pick Quilava at the beginning, which is a very good choice, or you want to use a legendary. Those are basically the conditions. Anyway, I just watched Pyrite get stomped by that Igglybuff, so now we're gonna switch up Miss Drevis for the first time. I meant to put her... in, at the start of the battle, before the battle started, but I seemed to have forgot to do that. Hope you like my show, but now it's time for me to go. Sounds like an AJR lyric. The very last one, down here, all the way at the bottom, she's... What are you gonna call me a wallflower? What about me makes me a wallflower? Look at her, she's all serious, uncool. I'm only teasing at a boredom guy like him. He's not to my taste. That's it, I'm furious now. Wes, be a man, stomp her down. Stomp who? Me? Ah, that's a laugh. Come on then, I'll go easy on you. While we're in this battle, which I'm pretty sure was not required, but I'm doing it anyway, there's one. You might notice, maybe you're playing this on your own time, or you noticed in this Let's Play already, that depending on the action, the Pokemon's heart gauge will lower different amounts depending on the Pokemon. That is determined by natures. Pokemon natures do have an effect on that. You got all serious. Yeah, well. I'm remembering and I'm pretty sure this battle is not required, and I did it anyways. What kind of a battles, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I think that's everybody. We got his, we got theirs. I think we got everybody's. I do believe we have everybody. I think we've only fought 7 battles of Shadow Pokemon in it so far. And we have 3 in our party. Or 8, I guess. And we have 3 in our party and 5 in the PC. So I believe we have, indeed, fought and snagged every possible Shadow Pokemon we could have to this point. That was the entirety of the battle circle. That took us almost 45 minutes to do top to bottom. And it'll be edited to about 15 to 20 if my editing skills are good enough. But anyway, that's all there is to do in the outside of Pyrite Town. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Colosseum, we're going to enter into the actual Colosseum of Pokemon Colosseum and see if we can't find the center of the Shadow Pokemon epidemic. If you like this part, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys then. Peace.